Virgil van Dijk was born on July 8, 1991, in the city of Breda in the south of the Netherlands. Even as a child, there was something special in his eyes. He was never one for the spotlight, nor one of those prodigies who sweep up all the youth awards. On the contrary, he grew up as an ordinary boy facing life's harshness far too early. His father abandoned the family when he was still young, and his mother, a woman of Surinamese descent, became the rock upon which his world stood. She raised her children alone, worked relentlessly, and taught Virgil the value of persistence, humility, and dignity. As a teenager, Van Dijk split his days between training at Willem II and working part-time as a dishwasher. Sometimes he would leave the pitch and head straight to the restaurant, scrubbing dishes for hours, tired, quiet, but always dreaming. His body was growing awkwardly, tall but thin, clumsy in his movement. Many coaches underestimated him. Some even said he would never become a professional footballer, but deep inside he carried a silent conviction. He knew he could. His first real chance came at Groningen, a modest Eredivisie club. It was there that he made his professional debut, still raw but showing glimpses of a different kind of defender. He wasn't just strong. He was intelligent, composed, capable of reading the game like few others, but just as he was establishing himself, life threw a devastating blow. In 2012, Van Dijk was rushed to hospital with acute appendicitis, which had developed into a severe abdominal infection. His condition was so critical that doctors asked him to sign a document. There was a real risk of death. He even wrote a kind of farewell letter. For days he battled pain, fever, and fear. But he emerged, scarred but alive, victorious. That experience changed him forever. After that, Van Dijk lived with greater intensity. There was no time to waste. And then in 2013, he crossed borders to join Celtic in Scotland. At Celtic, he finally gained consistency, developed his positioning, his passing, and above all, earned respect. The fans were captivated by his calmness, his pinpoint tackles, his imposing presence. A wall was beginning to rise. In 2015, Southampton signed him for $13 million. Now, Van Dijk had to prove himself in the most demanding league in the world. And he did. It didn't take long for opponents to fear him. Every duel had a predictable outcome. The ball would return to him. His command of the defensive third was absolute. Then, in January 2018, Liverpool went all in. For $75 million, the Dutchman became the most expensive defender in football history at the time. Just a few matches in, it became clear he was worth every penny. His debut was iconic, scoring in the Merseyside derby against Everton. From that point on, Liverpool transformed. With Van Dijk, the defence became a fortress, the team structure stabilised, and belief was restored. He wasn't just a player. He was the silent leader, the foundation of a dream. The 2018-19 season was immaculate. Van Dijk didn't make a single error leading to a goal, nor was he dribbled past once. He led Liverpool to Champions League glory, won the Premier League the following season, and came agonizingly close to winning the Ballon d'Or, finishing just behind Lionel Messi. But like life itself, football is not just made of triumph. In 2020, he suffered a serious knee injury after a reckless challenge from Pickford in the derby against Everton, a torn ACL. The season was over. His absence was felt like the heart had been removed from the chest. Liverpool crumbled, but he returned, strong, determined, calm. He returned not only as a defender, but as a leader. Over the following years, more finals, more trophies, more responsibility. He inherited the Liverpool captaincy, following legends before him, and did so with the same quiet strength he had always shown. And then in 2025 came the ultimate reward for his leadership, the Premier League title in the 2024-2025 season. Liverpool entered the campaign under a cloud of uncertainty, with Jurgen Klopp's departure and the arrival of new manager Arne Slot. It was a new era, but Van Dijk was their unshakable captain, absolute reference point. The wall not only remained standing, it held everything together. Game after game, the team took shape, gained confidence, grew in unity. And on 27th April 2025, with a resounding 5-1 victory over Tottenham, Liverpool were crowned champions of England. For the 20th time, a number steeped in legacy. And there he was, in the centre of the Anfield pitch, the armband tight around his left arm, head held high, eyes glazed. He had been the pillar, the guide, the general who led the troops to the summit. That trophy in Van Dijk's hands was more than silver. It was the reflection of a journey built through pain, resilience, and honour. It was the crowning achievement of a career forged in adversity. The 2025 Premier League belonged to him, not just for the stats, but for the speeches before matches, the calm in decisive moments, the words to young players, the presence in the dressing room, the way he turned Liverpool into a family. As captain, Van Dijk didn't just lift the trophy. He earned it more than almost anyone in history. Today, when one speaks of legendary centre-backs, Virgil van Dijk's name is inevitable. Not just for his tackles or headers, but because he is a symbol of struggle, of overcoming, of grace, of someone who defied fate, defied his body, defied time, and still walked calmly through it all. A silent giant, a natural leader, a champion forever.